Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am outside because it is such a gorgeous day. It is fall where I live and the leaves are changing. Depending on how loud it is out here, I might move us inside, but we're going to start out here and I'm going to tell you the 5 worst veggies for healing eczema. Okay, the number 1 worst vegetable for healing eczema has to be white potatoes. And there's a lot of back and forth on this on the internet. One of the sides of it is that it's low in salicylates, so it's technically okay for stage 1 eczema. With that being said, white potatoes are actually nightshade vegetables, which are highly inflammatory. So it's kind of like you technically can eat them, but should you? Probably not. White potatoes don't offer a whole lot of nutrition as they are white. You want to eat your reds and your purples and your dark leafy greens. The number 2 worst vegetable for healing eczema is corn. Corn on the cob. Corn is found in so many processed foods. Why is corn so bad? Well, if you live in America, it's especially bad because a lot of our crops have been genetically modified, which is a very debatable topic. There are some pros and cons. As far as health, there's a lot of cons. It has also been sprayed with Roundup. Roundup is a pesticide, which means something is sprayed on the crops that kill insects and weeds, and then in turn we are consuming those chemicals, and they're very harmful for our bodies. Number 3 is capsicum, or if you live in America, it is called a bell pepper. They come in orange, green, and red. And I'm sure you're thinking, but you just said colored vegetables are really good for you. Well, peppers are actually nightshades, and bell peppers in particular are nightshades. They are part of the dirty dozen, and the dirty dozen is referring to crops that are dirty or they have been sprayed with pesticides, insecticides, they're genetically modified. So red bell peppers, capsicum is one of those. Not only that, but they are extremely high in salicylates and very damaging for people in stage 1. And that is because your liver is impaired. Number 4 is canned peas and canned beans and pretty much canned almost everything. So I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to you guys about cans. So while they are really good for preserving food, a lot of times cans have a lining which is something called BPA. BPA is a very toxic chemical, and it's very hard to explain, but BPA causes a toxic buildup in our bodies, and we want to avoid that. So if you're buying canned foods, look for BPA free. Also, I want to point out that a lot of times canned beans and peas are preserved in salt, so they have tons of sodium. If you look at the back of the label, if it says something like 700 milligrams or higher, that is so salty. You guys need to bring your sodium down. If it has salt in it at all, you should look for it to say sea salt. Sea salt is better. We should be reducing the amount of sodium that is in our bodies. So it's all about ingredients, guys. So if you look and a can says BPA free, you read the ingredients and it says water and peas, you're good to go. But if it says something like oil, sugar, salt, yada yada yada, we want to avoid those canned foods. And number 5, I wanted to talk about veggie oil, so vegetable oil. And also I wanted to address Crisco. Crisco is a thick vegetable grease that a lot of people try to cook with. The truth is, vegetable oils are extremely inflammatory. A lot of times they really aren't vegetables. They're oftentimes grains, which brings me to canola oil, safflower oil. They are these grains, and we extract the oils, and most processed foods have that type of oil in it. It is omega-6 and it is extremely inflammatory to our bodies. So don't use Crisco. Choose, if you have to cook with any sort of like butter type substance, go for a vegan butter or go for ghee, G-H-E-E. It is a clarified butter that is traditionally used in India. Alright guys, that is it for today. If you guys liked seeing a different environment, give me a big thumbs up. I like to switch it up every so often. And today we're outside since it's such a gorgeous day. We're having a warmer day this fall. Where I live, the weather can be very up and down. I live on the east coast of America, so sometimes in fall it gets very hot. It gets up to like 30 degrees Celsius, around 80 degrees, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it can get as low as 30 degrees Fahrenheit or like 10 degrees Celsius. It's very waving. But today it was nice enough to be outside. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I have so much more content to come. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I make content like this all the time and I want to help you guys. Also, join my Facebook group if you want support. It is called Healthy Skin, Happy Living. You can type it in and then just put Michelle Mills and it should come up. There's also always a link in the comments, and yeah, so I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.